Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and anyone still trying to figure out how Real Madrid wins the Champions League every year, welcome. Today we're going to solve one of football's greatest mysteries. How does Real Madrid actually play football? On paper, their strategy seems to be acquire every world-class player on the planet until the laws of probability just give up. It's the sports equivalent of buying every lottery ticket and then being confused when you win. It's a team so packed with superstars, it makes the Avengers look like a local theater group. For years they've been known for their Galácticos approach, a fancy word for let's just throw a bunch of geniuses on the pitch and see what happens. But does that actually work? And with a squad that includes the likes of Mbappé, Vinícius Jr, and now Trent Alexander-Arnold, how do they even decide who gets to score the wonder goals? Let's dive in. 1. The Ancelotti era, a vibe, not a tactic. Under former manager Carlo Ancelotti, Real Madrid's football was less of a tactical masterclass and more of a beautiful, chaotic jazz concert. The philosophy was simple: give the ball to a superstar and let them sort it out. His strategy was basically, I'll provide a basic framework, and you guys do whatever you want. If it works, great. If it doesn't, well, you're still good enough to probably win anyway. And you know what? It worked. The man won 2 Champions League titles with this approach. It's like a group project where one guy does all the work but everyone still gets an A. But every so often, a well-oiled collective team would show up and expose this plan, making everyone wonder if Real Madrid's success was just a series of happy accidents. Ancelotti's tactics were basically a PowerPoint presentation with 2 bullet points: 1 kick the ball, 2 try to win. The rest was just vibes. Watching Ancelotti's Madrid was like watching a group of kids at a playground. They all knew what they were doing, but there was no real plan. They just trusted that their sheer individual talent would get them out of trouble. The team's pre-match talk probably went something like this. Okay Vini, you run down the left. Jude, you do something brilliant in the middle. Everyone else, just try not to get in their way. Oh, and good luck. Carlo Ancelotti is the chill dad of football. He lets you stay up late, eats junk food with you, and still manages to get you an A+ in class. His coaching style is a masterpiece of benign neglect. Ancelotti's Real Madrid proved that you don't need a complex tactical system when you have players who can simply bend the laws of physics and score from impossible angles. He was a tactical minimalist in a world of tactical maximalists. While other managers were drawing up complex 10-page dossiers, Ancelotti was probably just scribbling "go score" on a napkin. 2. The Xabi Alonso revolution. From vibes to high press. Then came the dawn of a new era. Ancelotti, our favorite chill dad, left for Brazil. In stepped Xabi Alonso, a man who, if his press conferences are any indication, is allergic to chaos. He's all about collective ideas, control, and a high press. He's basically the opposite of Ancelotti. It's like replacing a jazz musician with a librarian. In his first press conference, Alonso said, "I'm more of a positional guy. My priority is control." This sent shockwaves through the football world. Real Madrid, a team that once thrived on beautiful free-flowing anarchy, was now going to be structured. It's like asking a lion to be a vegetarian. So far, it's been a mixed bag. In the Club World Cup, his attempt at a high press was so ineffective that PSG, another team of tactical rebels, just walked right through them. It was a comedy of errors. Alonso has since pivoted to a counter-press and a deeper block, which is a very polite way of saying, the first plan failed, so we're trying something else. Alonso saying he's a positional guy is the equivalent of a rock star saying, I prefer quiet nights in with a good book. It just feels wrong. His high-press experiment against PSG was a glorious failure. The players looked like they were trying to catch a greased watermelon. The PSG players just strolled past them like they were invisible. Xabi Alonso wants to bring collective order to a team of individualistic demigods. It's like a kindergarten teacher trying to get 5-year-olds to perform a synchronized dance routine. Alonso's philosophy is control the game, but Real Madrid's motto has always been let chaos reign and then score in the 90th minute. This is a fundamental conflict of interest. You can just imagine the team meeting. Alonso, okay, we'll press high and win the ball back immediately. Mbappé, or I could just run really fast and score. It's what I do. The shift to a deeper block is proof that sometimes even the best-laid plans of a tactical genius fall apart when faced with the cold, hard reality of a team full of players who have never had to defend in their lives. Okazid. 3. The Galáctico problem. A tactical jigsaw puzzle. Now we get to the heart of the matter. How do you fit the footballing equivalent of a Ferrari, a Bugatti, and a Lamborghini into a single garage? Alonso's biggest challenge is fitting Kylian Mbappé and Vinícius Jr into the same lineup. Both players prefer to operate on the left wing, which is a bit like having two lead singers who both want to be in the spotlight. Alonso's solution has been to play Mbappé as a central forward and use Vini on the left wing. But here's the kicker. Mbappé still drifts out wide. So now, you have a beautiful, intricate system that suddenly has a gaping hole in the middle, and the opposition can just waltz through. It's a genius problem to have, but it's still a problem. Then there's the curious case of Trent Alexander-Arnold. The man is a creative genius with a right foot that could curl a ball into a thimble from 40 yards, but his defensive capabilities are, let's say, a work in progress. Alonso, the man obsessed with control and collective defending, now has to manage a player who is a walking highlight reel on offense and a potential liability on defense. This is where man management comes in. Alonso will have to decide whether to rotate him out in tough games, which could cause a superstar-sized tantrum. The horror. Trying to fit Mbappé and Vinícius into the same team is like trying to convince two celebrity divas they have to share a single spotlight. It just can't be done gracefully. Mbappé as a central forward is like trying to get a caffeinated hummingbird to stay still. He's going to drift, he's going to wander, and he's going to cause chaos. It's what he does. Trent Alexander-Arnold is a footballing paradox. He can create a goal out of thin air, but he also defends with the same enthusiasm as a teenager asked to do the dishes. Alonso's face must be a picture of tactical agony every time a winger runs at him. Alonso will have to limit the playing time of a superstar like Trent, a decision that would probably require a full PR campaign and a 10-page memo explaining why it's for the collective good. Good luck with that, Xabi. The fundamental tension of the Galáctico approach is that the system can't be bigger than the stars. The coach has to find a way to make the stars shine brighter, even if it means bending the rules a little. This whole situation is like trying to organize a play with 5 lead actors, all of whom refuse to learn anyone else's lines. 4. The verdict. A work in progress that could end in a crisis. So, what's the final verdict? Is Xabi Alonso's new collective-focused, hyper-controlled approach the key to sustainable success for Real Madrid? Maybe, but it will take time. And at a club like Real Madrid, patience is about as common as a defensive midfielder who scores 20 goals a season. If Alonso can get this team to be more than the sum of its parts, they will be unstoppable. But if he can't, if the system gets in the way of the individual genius, then the questions will start to fly, the fans will turn, the media will get restless, and the club will have a crisis on its hands. It's the Real Madrid way. The Galáctico's approach has always been a high-wire act. You're betting that individual brilliance will trump collective strategy. Ancelotti proved it could work. Now Alonso is trying to prove the opposite. It's a footballing experiment on the grandest stage, and we, the fans, get to watch it all unfold. And if nothing else, at least it's never boring. If nothing else, at least it's never boring. Closing thoughts. The great experiment. So will Alonso's philosophy of control tame the wild beast that is Real Madrid's collection of superstars, or will the individual brilliance of the Galácticos shatter his carefully laid plans? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And hey, if you ever feel like you have too many talented people in your life, just think of Xabi Alonso and his tactical nightmare. Thanks for watching. And remember, at Real Madrid, winning is a habit, but the how is always a mystery.